Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for joining us here with the messenger. The messenger is here, even though it is the 14th of July. It is a Monday. It's a Monday night here in Greece. This reading is usually done on a Tuesday, but I will not be able to deliver it to you on time, so I thought let me get ahead and get your message out. So I don't usually read during the night, but drastic measures are called for under drastic times. I want to get the message out to you, so I hope you're all doing well. Monday the 14th of July is this message, unless you're watching this at another date, another day. Message could resonate for you personally. So today we will be taking the Tarot 3D, the Karma. We're using the Gilded Tarot Royale, which is here. We haven't used it for a while. It's one of my favorite decks, and it's by Ciro Marchetti, if you're wondering. The Spirit Messages by John Holland. We'll be taking that at the end. And we'll also be taking the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. Why am I called to use this oracle? It's because we've got Mars transiting through Virgo, and Virgo is the sign that rules our pets. Let me just show you that for a moment. As you can see, it's 9/11 at this time, as the moon is transiting through Pisces. Uranus is now in Gemini. Hasn't been for 84 years, so it is a big deal. We've got the sun transiting through Cancer. If you're celebrating your birthday, happy birthday. Jupiter is also blessing Cancer with his presence, with his expansion, his optimism. Here is Mars heading up to the South Node. The South Node in Virgo, and the South Node is a very karmic point in the sky. It's the South Node of the Moon, and opposite in Pisces is the North Node of the Moon, transiting through Pisces. So it's the immutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini. If you've got any planets, right, or cusps, any angles, especially the angles. When we talk about angles, we're talking about the 1st, the 7th, the 10th, and the 4th houses. Around the degrees towards the end of the 2nd decan and the beginning of the 3rd decan, then the nodes, and we could say Mars, will be challenging you where fated events are concerned. Now, Mars is anything cutting, anything to do with severing ties. South Node is what we need to sever. So we're coming up to a breaking point where the past needs to be left behind, and it may have to be left behind, or is fated to be left behind, considering Mars coming up to the South Node and in opposition to the North. So it's like we're being pushed over the edge. Take it easy, slow down. We've got Saturn has retrograded now. Neptune is retrograde. Mercury has slowed down greatly and will retrograde on the 18th. So in a few days, he's very slow right now, transiting through Leo. He will be retrograding from around the 16th degree till about the 5th degree of Leo. So if you've got anything there, of course, this will be important for you. And of course, Leo is a fixed sign, and opposite is Aquarius, and we've also got Scorpio and Taurus. They will be affected more so by the Mercury retrograde, which will start on the 18th and will end during August. We could say that most of August will be important for Mercury's retrograde, as Mercury will turn direct in August. His retrograde is about 3 weeks, so if you consider 2 weeks of July and the 3rd week in August, plus his direct motion over the same degrees that he will be retrograding. Therefore, okay, hopefully after the 10th we can have the resolutions about what this Mercury retrograde will be concerning. Venus is now in Gemini. So Gemini, of course, is our perception and the way we communicate, decisions around education, connection to siblings, relatives, your environment, anything to do with being mobile as well, going from point A to point B, and any news, anything written, spoken, communicated, learnt, is Venus in Gemini. Okay, this is not an astrology reading. We do go into the analytics on Patreon, but I wanted just to show you the general energies. Now, we're in retrograde season. Even Pluto through Aquarius is retrograde, so we are revisiting the past situations, people, and themes will be returning so that we could revise, relook at. Remember, with retrogrades, the energy is internalized more so, not so going outwards. So it's more about digesting, let's say, intaking the energies and working on them to digest, to integrate what those retrograde planets are doing. Is that they're giving us an opportunity to catch up, to do the work. As you know, the planets for the past few months have been all direct and racing forward. Everything is starting to be quick paced, especially with Uranus now in Uranus in Gemini, Pluto in Aquarius, and Saturn and Neptune in fiery Aries. So there's a lot of fire and air in the sky now, which is very quick-minded, quick thinking, quick inspirations are coming to us. There's a lot of creative juices flowing. But with the retrogrades, we'll have an opportunity to go back, revise, slow down, everyone. Slow down. Mars in Virgo. Virgo is a sign of health. Mars could be our blood. Mars is the blood, and Virgo is the physical body. So your blood pressure may be sky high because you're pacing yourself, you're going extra fast. We're so used to running to catch up, and of course times are picking up, you know, the pace is picking up greatly, but we're given an opportunity to take a breather, and that's what is advised. Be careful with your pets. My heart goes out to all of you who have got pets and you're doing a service to humanity. There are so many strays in the world that need taking care of, and I just pray and hope that our pets are safe. I'm a bit worried about Agape. She's always wanting to go out. She's enjoying the front yard, loves to look at the birds, you know, she's very friendly with our dogs, so on and so forth, but I feel like I'm imprisoning her when I'm keeping her in by force. She doesn't want to be indoors. It's hot, it's summer. She likes to look at the flowers. She likes, you know, to get out in nature, but it's also dangerous. I don't know what to do. I'd love to hear your comments on that. I just hope and pray that she'll be fine, because as Mars is leading up to the South Node, the energies are getting very potent and very hard. Mars is cutting endings, like the scythe in the tarot, quick cutting. Mars is like surgery, and Virgo is health, work, any themes connected to work in our daily life. Health and hygiene are under Virgo. Mars is there. Remember, Mars is more paced in Virgo, more about the fine details, perfectionism, and can be quite discriminative with little things, you know, a little bit naggy as Mars is slowed down. He doesn't like to be slowed down, so can be a little bit frustrating. Let's see what's going on in the tarot. I know some of you really enjoy the astrology, So I thought, let me show you a little bit of where we are, because it is important. Now let's look at the tarot and see what the stars are advising, what our angels are advising at this point. What is the Karma Dharma, dear Spirit? What is the Karma Dharma? And I was saying on the Patreon giveaway that we did today, that I've got so many, like I've been scratched by our dog today, poked by Gaia. Yeah, she actually stuck a nail in me here, and I had blood all over my hand. She did that to me the other day here, so what can I say? Mars in Virgo, I'm a double Virgo. What's been going on for you? Do comment, and I read all your comments. Thank you so much, dear Spirit. What's going on? What is the Karma Dharma around the 14th of July, mid-July, nevertheless? And in about 6 days, we'll be releasing the Patreon individual love readings here on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed, you're notified. Do check that the bell is on, that you're notified for every upload, because many people are telling us that they're not being notified. Okay, what's going on? And that's why our videos are not being shown and not getting the views. Let's see. What is the Karma Dharma? The Karma Dharma in the now. Ooh, and we've got Jupiter. We've got the Wheel of Fate, my dear friends. This is beautiful, as Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer. So look to the area of Cancer. Which house does Cancer rule in your own chart, in your birth chart? Because this is divine timing. This is fate. This is destiny. This is some sort of a completion point. It is a 10. A completion point that maybe brings a restart. 10 does break down to an ace. So Sagittarius and Pisces, both signs ruled by Jupiter. Remember, the North Node is in Pisces, and Pisces is a Jupiterian sign, and the North Node is a Jupiterian energy. So that's the collective fate and destiny, but we're all part of the collective. So Piscean themes may be coming up relative to our beliefs. Unconditional love, forgiveness is a word that's been coming up for me a lot. And through these harsh times that we've been through, collectively, individually, difficult financial situations, with the wars, with fear-mongering from mainstream media, so on and so forth. We're going to have this war and that war, and yes, times are tough. Yes, we need to be vigilant, have our eyes open, and take care, be careful. But fear is not what should be driving us. We should be trying to make the best of times. I mean, we are very fortunate to be living through such changing times for the world. But this is like, this is a blessing. This is a blessing, and thankfully we've got Jupiter in Cancer that's exalted, who is helping the situation greatly. Okay, and that will be, Jupiter will be transiting through the sign of Cancer until next mid-year. So he's a great blessing, of course, to the water signs and to the earth signs, but also he'll be very important for the cardinal signs. Okay, and as I said, we do talk a lot about the astrology through Patreon, so you may consider joining us if you're an astrology lover. And I do hope that you could see that better now, and forgive me for the lighting, but there's not much I can do at this time of day. If I put a lot of light on the table, then the cards will have, a glare on them, so you won't be able to see them anyway. Let's see what's going on, dear Spirit. And I'm calling on my Archangel Gabriel, who recently visited me, gave me 2 kisses on the cheeks. What a blessing that was. I feel it's a sense of protection, and he came to me in the face of Kurt Russell, the actor, believe it or not. For those of you that are not aware of what happened, that was That was a milestone. That was an important happening for me. 3 times, 3 archangels have connected with me in different forms, in different ways, and each is a special moment for me. Let's see what's going on. What is happening energetically speaking? As above, so below. The messenger. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Juno is also now direct. Juno, the asteroid of commitment and marriage. She's transiting through the midpoint of Scorpio all the way to the 2nd degree of Sagittarius. Those degrees that she's covered over her retrograde. And she does speak to any contracts, marriage, commitments, let's say. Anything to do with children, with childbirth as well. Any written, spoken agreements, agreements where you've signed on a dotted line. So retrogrades mean we've had a chance to go deep. Juno was retrograding through Scorpio. Scorpio is all about endings or rebirth, or endings do bring new beginnings. So now Juno is direct. Hopefully we will have the resolution of the past few months where Juno has been retrograding. Very important for the, especially for the fixed signs, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. What's coming through, dear Spirit? Thank you for your guidance. And thank you to all for your visit here and for your love and your support always. What's going on, dear Spirit? What is going on? We have a Page of Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Page of Wands. This could be a messenger. This could be a message of enthusiasm, travel, openings I get. Openings relative to something that you're creating, something that you're inspired to do, to follow. This is good news, I would say, more than likely. And it's quite courageous as well and bold, because I mean, that's what Aries is. Aries is the warrior. Remember, Aries is cardinal fire, all about initiation, new beginnings. But there's youthful energy here as well. And the message could come from someone who is fairly young, or someone that's young at heart, or someone that's beginning something or wants to begin something. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles could speak to differences in beliefs between two people, financial differences, imbalances, even emotional disconnection, I would say here. We usually see the church in the background, so that's why I'm mentioning someone's beliefs may be going through change. Some of you could be dealing with a foreigner because, well, if it's not a foreigner, well, they obviously have been raised to believe other things, and there's like a form of detach here. Either that, or these two people find solace between each other. Okay, and they sort of there's like a comfort zone relative to the world. Two people that find comfort between each other or through each other, which could be of support, right? Could be support as well. But Pentacles, of course, do speak to material things as well as practical matters. So there's a bit of a detach here, a bit of some changes going on here with the Five of Pentacles. Fives are always changes. Remember, the Hierophant is a 5. So this could also be someone that's very driven, someone that's now looking for, to be happy themselves, because Aries is, I need to be well. Saturn, Neptune are there in the sign of Aries, where someone maybe needs to mature quickly, provides love and support to another. This could also be someone's ready to take that leap of faith, that journey into the unknown, even though the finances are not supporting. Okay? Remember, Aries first acts and then thinks. So taking a plunge into something where it may be difficult at first, right? But it will trigger changes also in one's beliefs as well, but may also affect the pocket. Okay, we've got Knight of Swords. This is communication, anything legal, anything perceived, lots of communication, lots of quick communication, lots of quick news coming in that can be a little bit stressful, a little bit surprising, or even shocking. Right? We even see the eagle here, and the eagle has 20/20 vision. Someone has an ingenious thought, an idea, or is bringing lots of news because they've seen the bigger picture, because they hold the clarity or the know-how. Remember, this would be more so Aquarius energy. So whatever news is coming in will bring change. Remember, we've got Pluto in Aquarius. Wow, we've got the devil here. And the devil, remember what I said, we've got Neptune and Saturn. This is a Saturnian card in the sign of Aries, where Aries, which is youth, someone young, needs to grow up, needs to mature quickly. Could be that the news that comes in could be quite maturing, quite sobering, a little bit heavy. The devil speaks to maturity, speaks to also addictions and cycles, but also timing. Now remember, Saturn has turned retrograde. Saturn is the reality, the cold, harsh reality. Neptune is the dream, the vision, the hope. So yes, both Neptune and Saturn are retrograde in the sign of Aries. So maybe something has begun, or someone's inspired to start something, but there are some themes that are holding us back, that are taking us back, because Saturn is also the past. Okay, and with all the retrogrades, yes, it's like we're going back to the past. We're needing to revisit, maybe finish something off. Maybe there's an obligation, because this is a restrictive energy. It also speaks to fears, so we're needing to overcome any fears as to what needs to be resolved, worked upon, and seen to the completion of it. And it's connected to the past. It's like something has been left unfinished in the past, and it's as though we're being taken back to the past. And I guess that the Five of Pentacles would be the theme as to having taken a leap of faith or wanting to move forward without having corrected or completed something from the past. It's like Saturn is, grabbing us by the collar and saying, hey, you're not done yet. You haven't passed the test. You have not completed your examination yet. So you need to put a signature on that. Or I need to stamp your examination paper before you can move forward. So there's something that's incomplete that is coming to our attention, I feel here. Remember that Saturn, and we shouldn't fear Saturn, because Saturn is the building blocks. We've had a dream. Remember that Saturn and Neptune are going to return back to Pisces. So they're test driving through Aries. Okay, come the second part of the year, they're retrograding already. They will leave Aries and go back to the last degrees of the sign of Pisces. And Pisces is the 12th house, Remember that Pisces holds the 29th last degree of the whole zodiac. So there's something that we need to complete yet, still. So we've still got that ahead of us. They will return back to Aries, and I feel that we will be able to pick up where we left off. This new journey that's opened up, let's say. But that won't be until early 2026. We've got the eclipses coming up in September, 2 eclipses in September. We've got the retrogrades. Uranus will also retrograde, return back to Taurus. We're not out of the woods yet, my dear friends. Okay, so all signs will be affected, everyone. The mutable signs, the cardinal signs, and the fixed signs. We're all affected. We're all part of the change. And the change is gradual. Sometimes it picks up and then it slows down and it takes us back. And I feel that that's what this is saying here. We've got a King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. There's something pending, and it's got to do with communication, perception, anything legal. And it could be anything medical as well, because we've got the devil here, which could speak to addictive behaviors, bad habits. King of Swords could be a physician, a doctor, right? We've just recently, just a couple of days ago, we had that full moon in Capricorn, which supposedly is one of the best full moons that we've had in months, but nevertheless it is a Saturnian full moon. And Saturn rules the skeleton, our teeth. And I've spoken to a couple of people, they're going back to the dentist. This is not uncommon on a full moon in Capricorn. So we've got Aquarius, Capricorn, very Saturnian. Uranus, Saturn playing a major role here. We can say that they're in good aspect now, so there is divine help. But things are changing. And remember that Jupiter also can speak to foreigners, can speak to wisdom, can speak to teachings, or having that bigger picture, seeing that bigger picture. Jupiter can speak to justice as well. This can speak to legalities. So let's see. So we've got fire, we've got earth, and we've got air. What's missing is the emotion. We've got the hermit here, and the hermit is looking for the light, looking for that inner light. Remember what I was talking about? The energy is not moving outwards, but more so being internalized. We see that the hermit, he sees a snake here. So the snake could be an enemy. The snake can be jealousy. The snake can speak to transformation. Remember, the snake is Scorpio energy. But the snake also sheds its skin. It's like we're going through a metamorphosis. The light comes from within, dear friends, or the light is going to come from someone that's mature, someone that's quite intelligent, someone that's on the maturer side. This could be a parent advising a child. This could be big age differences. We've got youth and we've got maturity here. We see that also in the hermit. And of course, the hermit is Virgo, and that's where the south node is. And Mars is there as well. So this can bring up surgical procedure for some people. Now the surgery doesn't have to be physical surgery. It could be that we're going through a surgical phase in our life of cutting away any of that, what we're carrying, that dead skin that we're carrying. It could be anything. Let's see what else. We've got a King of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This could be an entrepreneur. This could be a boss. This could be a CEO. This is someone that's very driven, someone that's very creative, passionate, action orientated. We've got fire and air here. So the energies can be explosive, but they are also about creation, right? And we've got the Two of Swords, where someone's got a choice here. There's a dilemma. And the Two of Swords is where someone protects their heart. They've got a dilemma. They need to make some adjustments. Adjustments need to be made. This could be the same divine masculine. In the past, they were coming through as very cold, very aloof, just very much about the details, very much about speaking their truth, whether it hurt or not. Also, someone that's sort of having taken a step back, showing only their logical side. Here we've got someone that's very driven. We've got a lot of sexual fire here. Fire, passion on this side. We've got, this is like a battle between the passion and the mind, the desire and the mind. It's like a battle between what you think and what you want, what one wants and what they're thinking. So that could be an internal battle, if not an external, for some of you. What's at the bottom? And we've got the Page of Swords, so Gemini comes through as well. Another messenger here. Remember that this is the spy, this is the student. This could be someone checking you out through social media. I mean, there could be jealousy here if we're talking about, you know, because these could be two different people that are in competition. And the King of Wands comes through as very sexually orientated, very driven, relative to what they want to create, and they're just wanting to go, go, go. Here we've got like a break. If we look at this as past and present, even though I'm not really looking at it in that way, it could be like a detach, you know, the dilemma. Again, the adjustment between air, mind, and desire. The air, of course, is also the way we communicate, not only how we perceive, how we come across. This could be someone checking you out through social media, or someone ready to cut through to the truth, because remember the Page of Swords is Gemini, and Gemini is where Uranus is. Venus is also there. So talk relative to, this could be what you're hoping to manifest, where inspiration business is concerned, and this is the more red tape side of the situation. This could be someone wanting to start a new project, let's say. Okay, there's great inspiration here, but there's a lot that they need to figure out. There are dilemmas. So we see that the fire, the desire, is more hands-on than the perception or the information here, because of the Two of Swords. What's the Page of Swords sitting on? And we've got the Star, so Aquarius comes through strongly, as well as Leo. And we're coming up to a new moon in Leo around the 24th, 25th of July, and it's going to be exactly opposite Pluto. So it's going to be an interesting one. There's an amazing configuration in the sky with that new moon. So if you're a Leo and you've got planets or angles around the first 5 degrees, that will be very significant for you. So you're born in the first 5 days, let's say. Or if you're an Aquarius, a Scorpio, or a Taurus, born in the first 5 days. But also for the fire signs and the air signs born in the first 5 days, it will be a significant new moon. Okay, let's see what else we need to see. What else do we need to see? I want to look at the La Vera Sibilla. No, the Lenormand first, and we'll get the Sibillas on the outcome. I mean, here we've got a King of Wands, as I said, could be a fire sign. Capricorn comes through, unless it's responsibilities and anything to do with work. This could be father and child here. But then again, it could also be, I mean, this is what I'm hoping to do. I'm going to take that leap of faith, and then someone needs to get sobered, get grounded, and get more mature, and think of things in a logical way. So they're back in their cave, doing their homework, looking for that inner light, the information. This could be some professional. This could be a doctor. It could be a legal representative. It could be an advisor. It could be a tarot or an astrology reader, where someone, because this would be the outgoing card, is needing to make an adjustment or make a choice, but there's a dilemma. Do I go with what I desire, or do I move forward using logic? We've got the ship, and the ship can speak to transition. The ship is a wonderful card. It's a Jupiterian energy again. I don't know if you're dealing with a foreigner. These could be some decision relative to transition, possible movement, immigration as well, trip. Wow, okay, so there's the dilemma. See, there's the path again. It's like the Two of Swords. Do I do this or don't I do this? Do I say this or don't I say this? Do I open my heart and become more vulnerable, or don't I do this? Do I press on the accelerator or on the brake? See, there's the brake. There is the brake, you see. So it's like this is stalled. There's a stalling here. And it's time. It's time, it's responsibility. This is Saturn here. Something to do with the red tape, with someone's responsibilities. It could be someone's business, someone's obligations, some contracts that someone is bound by. It's not that it's not going to happen, that this transition is not going to happen. It is. It's just that there's an opportunity here which is blocked at the last minute, I would say, because of a dilemma, because of an issue that arises. Yes, it could relate to a contract, or it's a cycle that you're revisiting, going back, remember? Yep, a lack of information, a lack of knowledge. And it's like saying we're needing to go back to Pisces to complete. And when I say back to Pisces, I'm talking about Saturn and Neptune going back to Pisces and then returning to Aries for good. And I just got the goosebumps as I said that. So I don't know why I got the goosebumps, but there's something, some truth in what I just said. Someone has hardship in speaking their truth. They're coming through as very cold, as very logical, very aloof, possibly also for looking for ingenious ways to cut through the chase. And I keep getting the goosebumps as I'm saying that. I hope I'm not getting sick. And we've got the fox. So someone needs to be intelligent. There could be a lack of trust here. There's a bit of sneakiness because there's unknown matters with the book here. Why do we have the fox? We've got the bear, so someone who's got responsibility, someone who needs to have the courage, the guts, let's say, and that would be Aries energy. Aries is leadership, remember, cardinal fire, initiation, new beginnings. And the bear is a number 15. The devil is also a number 15. This could be some responsibility to a mother figure, or something to do with responsibilities. It could be a marriage, a contract, or even a business, okay? And there is the garden, which says that there will be that opening. We will get to that happy place. It's just that at this time, decisions need to be made. Someone needs to overcome any fears of having an open heart. Not to say that there isn't an open mind. We've got a very progressive thinking here with the King of Swords. But if they're leaning towards because if this is Aquarius, Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn. So there's the conservatism of how things have always been done. These are the rules and regulations. And then the other side, the other side of the coin is Uranus. No, I'm going to break the traditions. I'm going to break through, break out. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to find an intelligent way to get to this happy place. Whatever this happy place, the garden, is for you. But we'll get there through crisis. It is a 20. It's like the Judgment card, which brings up the energy of Pluto as we are hoping to resurrect something, our life. Someone's hoping to resurrect their life nevertheless. Is it a business that's not going well, that's stuck on any rules, regulations, legalities? I don't know what it is. It will be different for each. And there's a lot of worry. We've got the mice. So there have been injustices. There's depression. There's low morale here about this new beginning, about this transition. Okay, and the stalks are a number 17, which is also the number of the star. What is the star sitting on? And we've got the 2 of Pentacles. See, the 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. There's the ship. What do I do? Do I transition? Will I be able to transition towards that happy place, which could be anything? Yes, I want to now take the emotions, the psyche, the subconscious. What's playing out? Remember, this could be a timeless reading. Whenever you hear it, the message will be important for you. And I think, and I would advise that those of you that are here every week with the messenger, go to old readings, the old messenger readings. We do one every single week. Take your pick and listen to the message. Don't worry if there's the astrology. If we're talking about the astrological alignments, don't worry about that. Just look at the general message. Choose your message. Go back, choose a message, and listen to that. Whenever you feel that you need some advice, I think that would help surely. You will receive some message for you personally. Remember, these are general readings, so not everything will resonate. The mask shows up every single time in my readings here. The mask is Pisces. It's fear of truth, taking off the mask, being totally truthful. And this is Uranus entering Gemini, the individual, the maverick. Let's try things a little bit differently. Even, I mean, we could say Aquarius. What you see is what you get. I'll tell you the truth. Whether it hurts or not, they will be truthful with you. And Pisces is more so, I'm scared, I don't want to hurt their feelings, so I won't tell them the truth. Pisces is like that, unfortunately, and that's the way they're made up. That's how we're all individuals and all very different. We've all got our good and bad, so I'm not talking anyone up or down. I love all signs. They're all the same for me. More Pisces energy. There's the pause. Someone still needs to see things from a different perspective. Either that, or we have not finished up with the final countdown, let's say, of Saturn and Neptune transit finishing up in Pisces. Right? Remember, Neptune does 14 years roughly through each sign. And Neptune rules Pisces. So it's been a long 14 years, which has not ended yet. Saturn does 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years. Okay, usually with the retrogrades, it's not exactly the same, but this is a big cycle that needs to close up. And of course, this doesn't happen every day. Many of you, I'm sure, listen to other astrologers talking about Neptune and Saturn both hand in hand entering Aries. This is a big deal. There's something that needs to close up. Now, whatever is going on for you could be going on with the person that you are thinking about. That's what the mirroring card speaks to for me. Maybe here it's saying that if we're thinking that someone in our life has not sacrificed for us, has not loved us unconditionally, has been very, very elusive, hasn't been open, hasn't been truthful, maybe we need to look in the mirror. Maybe they're seeing, maybe we're projecting onto them and they're projecting onto us. So what we feel, where we feel they're coming from, they feel we're coming from. So do you get what I mean? It's like looking in the mirror. Wow, we've got the destruction card. That could be fear of destruction if someone takes off that mask, if someone releases and surrenders and gives up. Well, the Pisces is like release and surrender, so giving up or just releasing the past, fearing of letting go, that there will be a disaster. But this will also bring an awakening. This will bring a sudden turnaround, a sudden shake up, a sudden shock. This is fearing the worst. This is fearing the worst. But someone's going through and working through some shadow work, doing the shadow work, but going through an awakening here for sure. And there is the free will, freedom, again, Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius for sure. Wow, this is a big wake-up call for sure. Oh my God, everyone. Oh my God. And it's not even the twin flame soulmate or karmic connection reading done on Wednesday. We've got a twin flame situation here. So since there's a twin flame connection here, surely someone is releasing a past relationship here, but they're not having an easy time of it. Okay, and it takes the outer planets, the collective planets, which were all part of the collective, Pluto having changed from Capricorn to Aquarius, Uranus from Taurus to Gemini, Saturn and Neptune from Pisces to Aries. It took these big shifts of energy so that someone could be released from their involvement or from their punishment, because that's how they see it. Remember that the hanging man is like Prometheus, who gave the light, the civilization, to the people and was punished from Zeus, right? He was punished by being turned upside down. He was hanged upside down, and a crow or a vulture was eating away at his liver every day, and it would grow back, and that was a form of punishment. So someone is fearing releasing or being released or letting go, or fearing what's on the other side. But that's what it takes to connect or to grow towards or to be mature enough to meet your twin flame halfway. See, there's a compromised past relationship. And it was a commitment more than likely. So, now remember, Juno has turned direct and the resolution will come through. We will have a lot of understanding, a lot of information that will be coming through. That would more than likely be in the next, surely in the month of August, but remember, we're doing the work now. We're going back to do the work, and the outer planets do retrograde for about 4.5 to 5 months. So it's not going to be only in August, let's say until the end of the year, and I would say even the beginning, and in January, February, you will have more information and you'll be seeing, but we'll be seeing the changes. So if it's not a commitment, it could be a contract for business, okay? Not everyone is here just for love. What is this outcome about? We've got helpful energies. We've got Donna de Servizio. It's like the Three of Pentacles. This could be an actual servant or someone that's a right hand for this King of Wands, let's say. Or it's just very helpful energies. Remember, Virgo is all about service, work as well. There's the Seven of Swords, which is like the fox. Something is coming to light and will come to light. Disgrazia is like the destruction. D-E, destruction, disgrazia. D, what does that mean for you? But something is being revealed. It's like someone's getting caught in the act. The thief gets caught, or there's a bright idea that's coming through here, or information that's going to bring the big change here, the big shift, which would be Uranus in Gemini. And we've got the Eight of Cups, Speranza. This is a card of hope or fear, emotionally leaving the past and moving on. Let's take one more. It could be emotional distance from you and a person. It's the Eight of Cups, or someone that is going to, they've got the help suddenly where they can get released, overcome any fears, because hope would be their driving force as they're looking for those Two of Cups. What else? We've got Cupid. Cupid, little amore. Four of Cups. Missed opportunities. Missed opportunities, the returning of opportunities. Amore could be a child, or it could be a situation relative to love. Remember that the arrow of Cupid, Eros, god Eros, was poison. So whoever he struck with that arrow, they fell in love head over heels. Head over heels in love. And to the point of being in this situation. And remember, this would be a secret love affair if that is the case. Delirante. Delirante is addictions. They've been drinking, maybe, whatever the addictions are. Either going out and drinking, doing silly things, getting in trouble with the law, or doing something on the spur of the moment and with, being not being totally themselves. So having had a drink or two, where the energy is released there, the passion is uncontainable. So this may be the Tower moment. Remember the song Crazy in Love? Crazy in Love. I'm going to put the link beneath because that's what I feel. That song has come to mind when I saw Amore here, little Cupid. Crazy in love, crazy people do crazy things. Now this could also be a support system, or someone being supported by their friends, or being held back by their friends. This could be sound advice or wrong advice. What can I say? Will be different for each of you. And it is concerning a voyage. We've got a Three of Wands here. It could be physical distance between you and a person. This is like your knight in shining armor. I do see this knight as more the Knight of Wands, but it could be Knight of Cups. He's not actually racing. He is trotting. So Knight of Cups comes up as well. Viaggio, so it does concern a voyage. The voyage could be metaphorical. It doesn't have to be a literal voyage where there's literal physical distance, but we do have Jupiter, which does speak to travel. We've got the ship here as well. So, okay, let's see what Spirit wants us to know. What is the advice, please, Spirit, from the Spirit Messages Oracle by John Holland? What is the advice here? Is it Beyonce that sings Crazy in Love? Crazy in Love. That was a good song. Goes back a few years. And of course, Uranus is the crazy one. He's the crazy scientist. He's the maverick. Wow, there's our message. Thank you, Spirit, for that. Receive. You are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. But now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and the order of the universe. So it's a time for you to receive, and there is a gift here. Can you see the gift there? And this gift is a gift from Spirit. You deserve this. You've worked hard for this. So graciously receive this gift that's coming. Could be a physical gift, could be a gift from Spirit. Okay. The gift could also be your freedom, or a bright idea how you can get out of a difficult situation, how you can also move away from destruction, move away from a situation that needs to be released before there is the destruction, before it gets hard. So use logic, use your brain, but don't hold yourself back only. Don't be only within logic. Trust that what your higher self is telling you and what you're driven towards, trust that that is also what you need to follow. What can I say? If you're in between two decisions, throw a coin. Heads or tails. Either that or look for a personal reading. Let's see which animal, which spirit animal comes through. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. I know many of you and most of you here are animal lovers. People that love animals love people as well. People that treat animals as with respect also treat people with respect. That's the way it goes. Sea turtle and protection. You are a master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. That's beautiful. And of course, remember the turtle and the hare story. Slow paced. We did talk about being slow. Going slow at this time. But there's also protection and there's also a time and a place for everything. Okay, we know that the turtle, I do get the Knight of Pentacles energy, slow paced, and looking towards the prize, let's say, what you're hoping to manifest. It's about strategy, it's about putting in the effort, of course. Remember, Mars is in Virgo, so being slow paced, and like the fox, there's strategy, there's the know-how, there's intelligence, there's, with the bear, there's courage, and the success is certain with the garden here. Just remember that you are protected. So be in the harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. So you see, it's talking about not jumping the gun. Wait until the path, wait until you're shown the path. Because right now the path is blocked. Okay, you're returning back to a situation. There are themes and situations that you need to revisit. Things that will come out into the open. A lot of information will be revealed. And someone needs the courage and the know-how to get to this garden, okay? To get to this happy place. My dear friends, I think that we will leave it there. I think this is a nice completed reading. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your love always, and your trust in our guidance here on Divine Debut 11. Much love to all of you, and look after yourselves. Take it easy, slow down, and do your checkups as well. Mars in Virgo does ask that we do our checkups. Okay, look at what we're putting in our body, what we're feeding ourselves. Make sure we're drinking enough water. Okay, make sure we're doing a little bit of exercise, a little bit of everything. That's the best thing. And don't forget your supplements and your vitamins. Very important. Vitamin D, very, very important. Much love to all of you. Thank you so much. I'll be back on Wednesday with a love reading. So I'm also thinking of doing some just 10 or 15 minute love readings for mid-month. You'll have them before the 20th. I'm not promising, I'm hoping that I can do that for you here on YouTube. Love and light, everyone.